Hello friends, welcome. I'm Commissar Marek and today we are going to play some more There Are Billions. Next up, we are going to go to a hero mission which is called Alpha Communication Center. I'm gonna try to speed through it. We are gonna be playing it on 800%, which means it's very long. It takes a long time to clear all the enemies from it, but I'll try to give you the bullet points as always to when we go through it, what to focus on. Usually with these hero missions, I already told you what to do. Don't miss out on any research or any empire points. It will be very crucial to have all of them in the coming missions. After we are done with the no build mission, we are going to assign our point to Kalus's skill tree. I will opt to go for the splash damage upgrade as I favor it in the missions ahead to be able to have more reliable area damage. The first upgrade we've got for the damage actually means that we can now one-shot executive kind enemies, and that is very useful. In terms of research, we are gonna pick up serial farming next, as it is very important and absolutely vital to have this technology in order to beat Hunter's Meadow as well as other missions going ahead within the reasonable time frame and not have to expand absolutely everywhere. The hunters and fishermen farms are amazing and you will want them. As for the rest of your points, you could now go ahead and pick up logistics and gold transportation to effectively boost your early game income substantially. However, I will instead go ahead and pick up stone workshop, which I'm not gonna be building in the next mission, but it is important for later on because the missions are gonna ramp up in difficulty substantially. And after Hunter's Meadow, we will have access to another no build mission, which we can use to get a treasure trove of research. However, before that happens, we will have to make sure that we use our points wisely, and so I would advise you, if you plan this difficulty, to pick up the stone workshop in order to acquire shocking towers for Coast of Bones as well as some of the later missions like the Cape Storm. If we don't have shocking towers at that point, you will have to instead go with a completely different strategy than I'm going to go for, and at that point I can't really help you that much. I'm not a huge fan of the ballista and or mass soldiers. I know it's possible, but it's very, very tedious. Now let us go into the command center and take a look at the hellscape that is a Hunter's Clearing or Hunter's Meadow. Oh man, this is not good. You can see that there are virtually no choke points, and all the exposed edges are absolutely horrendous. There are no huge swarms on this one, but the constant runner attacks from all sides are a problem. Also, as you see enemies on the map, imagine that 800% has 8 enemies instead of 1 that you can currently see, and so it is absolutely jam-packed of enemies, especially executives on the very edges, and so clearing this map on this difficulty for me personally is just not an option. I don't want to play it for ages and I just want to be done with it. So we have to do something a little bit unique, which is gonna be go in, sneak, and basically play it as a stealth mission. We will build up the city up to the required population of 600 and then we will leave and we will never clear the whole map. Unfortunately, it's just how you have to do it, which means I'm not gonna train any rangers. We are gonna just I'm not gonna train any soldiers. I'm gonna just do pure ranger defense, and on top of that we will use walls very sparingly as they can draw insane amount of enemies if someone starts knocking on the walls. So I will use it only on the very most exposed buildings, and instead we will use something that I called flexible defense, and I will show you in detail how that works a little bit later. This map emphasizes patrolling as well, since you only start with 4 rangers and there are huge swaths of open land. You need to patrol these. You cannot just let them stand somewhere. You have to patrol them in order to cover a large area, which is unreliable to say the least, as it can cause enemies to sneak past when your ranger is busy fighting another enemy. So you want to recruit rangers as fast as possible. I'm gonna only stick with 1 soldier center for recruitment. But yeah, this map is not my favorite, and it is a very hard early game map on this difficulty. First, we are going to take our rangers and send them directly south to collect a stash of wood and stone that will be handy for constructing our soldier center a little bit earlier than normal. And apart from that, we'll follow the regular build order. I haven't got any economic bonuses this far, so we're gonna follow the same path as we did on the crossroads, basically, with the caveat that I cannot really carpet down as many hunters because nothing is safe. You are in the middle of an open clearing and everywhere is open hostile terrain. Jumping ahead a little bit, we see that now I'm building a soldier center. We have a small little wall. All our rangers are patrolling and still enemies are managing to sneak in. So we have to react to any potential threat, closely monitor the dots on the map. You can also trigger persistent health bars on the map, which makes spotting these shamblers very easy on the open meadows. I just don't like using that because same as the minimizing with the grid, I just don't like the look of the game when I use that. So for me personally, I don't use it, but it's like small trees in Age of Empires to use it at your own whim. If you really favor being more safe, do that. For me, it's watching out for any potential threat with just bare eyes. When the soldier center is up, we'll start recruiting additional rangers and filling up the gaps where we have patrols still going, and we want to make it so that we have all avenues of approach covered with rangers. This means that we have to use natural choke points whenever possible. There are not many, but you can kind of make use of it still by just minimizing the ground you have to cover. And we still keep recruiting and adding them to it, and this is going to form our flexible defense. Instead of walls, we'll use walls of units. And so whenever we get attacked by a runner group, which could be from like 20 up to 50 strong on this map, what you do is you could potentially lose one ranger, but when you react to it and you see it, you just pull them back. You keep enough space from your defense and your city between your buildings and the rangers. You need to keep some space so that you can manipulate and run around and kite them without aggroing them into your city, because that's the crucial part. If single one makes it through, you are just done. So we have to make sure that we have extra bolstering, like the safe space between our troops and our buildings, and then whenever we get attacked, we use a unit to kite while the other rangers concentrate and then try to shoot at the enemy like that. I'm gonna show you a couple of examples of where I do it. As I mentioned before, on this mission specifically, we really cannot carpet down many hunters as our claimed area for our base is very small. So we'll be doing farms, rushing a wood workshop. You always have to research farms and cottages and all these upgrade structures. Again, on each map, you set up a workshop and you research these structures to be able to build them. And so we will do that. We will even sit on income and just be hoarding money, even though it's not good. We will be hoarding stone, wood and gold in cases where we don't feel safe expanding. We'll rather sit on it just to make sure we are safe, because we absolutely cannot afford to have be overstretched and then over aggro any enemies. What I'll also do after we get enough stone, I'm just gonna mothball our quarry, stop it working to conserve workers' energy and upkeep on it. In the end, I ended up having around 50 rangers, and that was enough for my needs. This strategy will get you through Hunter's Meadow without issues. I lost 2 rangers in total in this mission. Those were the first 2 deaths we have so far in this campaign, and we didn't lose any structures at all so far. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm gonna show you the time lapse up until the end, and we will see each other next time when we'll tackle the weapons factory no build mission, and afterwards I'm gonna explain what our path is gonna be like going forward.